It's all coming up on the PHLY Eagles podcast.
It's media night.
All the players talk to the media, and it's a circus.
And now you're here.
Very excited. We've already got some big guests on tap.
Yes. To the PHLY Eagles podcast live from San Francisco Radio Row. We are presented by Bet365 and Wawa. And we're here. We got some breaking news at the top of the show. Now, we're joined by my friend Shawn Syed of Sumer Sports. Welcome him to the show. Everybody give it up, give it up. But let's start with EJ Smith, who has some breaking news for us that I think you're going to like, Shawn.
I was going to say, this was really just all for Shawn. You know, I think of all the people out there who want to know what's going on with Vic Fangio, Shawn might be literally at the top of the list here. So there's been a lot of intrigue around Vic Fangio over the weekend, and we're just going to go through what I understand about the situation.
Well, I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop you.
This is not what I was prepared for.
I'm
rapidly refreshing.
Because this is going to be
I'm sweating.
The Right People by TrueMark Financial, because it seems to me, EJ, like the Eagles are going to have the right people coaching the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, so I won't bury the lead here. Vic Fangio is expected to come back as the Eagles defensive coordinator.
I'm reading the tweet.
He was, again, we're going to kind of go through the timeline here. We talked about Vic Fangio.
So his parents meet each other.
No, we talked
They
about
fall
Vic
in love,
Fangio
presumably.
potentially retiring, seriously considering retirement late last week, and he did seriously consider retirement. There were contingency plans in place. The Eagles were, I would say, concerned about Vic Fangio's intentions on coming back for another season.
To the point that he had even given them indication that he was expecting to retire.
Yes.
Yeah.
After much persuasion and further consideration, I can tell you that Vic Fangio is no longer seriously considering retirement. He is expected to return as the Eagles defensive coordinator. Now, that's not to say it's like
Mr. Scoopy.
100%, but I think that
things can still change.
Some of the things that came out over the weekend, I would say that his mind has changed in some of those things.
Okay. How excited are you, Shawn?
I mean, that's fantastic to hear. So I've thought a lot about this Fangio retirement, where I think that there are a few defensive coordinators where you actually give them the leeway, to decide this. We obviously talk about the Christian Parker thing, and now he's out the door, and I think it makes sense. He doesn't have to wait around. He doesn't owe you that time for just because he's the next person waiting.
There's no guarantee he would have gotten the job anyway.
Absolutely, right? And so for Vic, could he have gone out on top last year? Absolutely. It bums me out to think of, we all saw things that were good on the defensive side of the ball this year, and I think on the offensive side of the ball, you feel hey, did you just burn one of your last Vic Fangio seasons? In a way, I would say. So that's a bummer. But now I can be resigned and all right, well, probably going to be your last rodeo here. Vic, go ahead and enjoy the Phillies. You don't got to worry about football for a little bit. Thank you, EJ, as well.
Well, in the context that Mike Garafolo gave to Anthony last week, that even after they won the Super Bowl last year, Vic was telling people he was going to retire. So this is not necessarily a new thing.
I mean, I would consider retirement if I were him. He's in his 70s, and
honestly,
I heard from someone
when I heard that he wanted to retire. Good for him.
He deserves it. Yeah. Put the statue up somewhere.
I didn't think that he had that in him.
Yeah.
You know?
But he still has his fastball. It's not a situation to me where it's I mean, we would all be talking about it.
Surely there would be no worse news for the 2026 Eagles that is realistic than Vic Fangio stepping down now.
It would be quite a bummer, is what I would say. And I mean, it's a defense that I think want to coach. I do think having Cooper, having Quignon there, that is exciting. Now, you see the news about Flores being the highest paid assistant. We can bump Vic pays up a little bit.
It could have been possible. Yeah, a few extra meatballs. Yeah.
Two
one extra meatball in the end.
Two things I want to hit on really quick with the Christian Parker thing, because I've seen so much about Christian Parker. Why would they have let Christian Parker leave the building if Vic Fangio was seriously considering retirement? First off, there was no guarantee that Christian Parker was going to get the Eagles' defensive coordinator job. We talked about Jim Schwartz as a possible replacement. Jimmy Kempski reported that Jonathan Gannon was under consideration if Vic Fangio were to retire. So it wasn't necessarily like he was going to be a shoo-in for the job. And if you're Christian Parker, you're not going to want to wait to see what happens with Vic Fangio and potentially miss out on a coordinator opening. So I just want to address those two things because, again, I think that's been something I've seen a lot about. And I just don't think that it's as correlated as people think it is.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Especially, Vic considers retirement frequently, from what I understand. It seems like almost a weekly occurrence that he is thinking about, playing golf like more often and not, not coaching defense. So.
What do you? I mean,
let's put the book on the right people, presented by Truemark Financial Credit Union, because the Eagles do have the right people there now. Yeah, I mean, playing golf sounds nice. I am not.
It doesn't sound nice. Only if you're good at golf.
No, I think the theory of it sounds nice. It's like, it's just you in the open air for whatever 3 hours. Like the idea of it sounds okay. EJ, no?
Until you're.
I mean, I don't know.
Shooting in the
it's not really my thing.
I think it's fine.
You lose like half a dozen golf balls.
Isn't that
It
part of
doesn't
the
have
fun
to be
though?
your whole personality, but yeah, I think it's good.
It's some people's personality.
That's why I'm
I
saying.
feel like that was a shot across my bow there.
You have many other facets to your personality.
my personality morphs from time to time.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Well, I mean, I don't know that we need to belabor it, but this is very good news for the Eagles.
Yes,
that Vic Fangio is coming back. Let's talk about the other coordinator for the Eagles offense, Shawn, because you were down there at the Shrine game, and you've pulled out of that whatever you can in order to try to figure out what a Shawn Mannion offense is going to look like. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I think watching being there for practice, being able to watch some of the film and go down to you're doing a day one install with these college players. We're seeing what are the building blocks of your entire offense, and it makes sense that it's like the Matt LaFleur Packers style. Like, we're starting with outside zone. We're going to be under center. It's got to be play action off of that. And I don't know, how much can you actually learn from the Shrine Bowl film? I'll leave that to the side.
That is the question I have for you, Shawn.
It is a great question.
Because that is
you hate college prospects. You hate them.
Come on to the show.
All you do. I mean, listen, we love you, Shawn, but you're like family, so we're going to call you out here. All you do is complain about the imperfect process of the draft evaluation cycle, and you're
tossing
over
a
here
coin,
cutting up day one install film clips with these imperfect processes.
I would ask you guys, well, what would you do if we're trying to find nuggets for Shawn Mannion? All of us have EJ's bag of all these sources just popping that Mike McDaniel did this interview virtually. Not everyone has that.
Probably the people you went to dinner with last night that you bailed on me for. Maybe those people can give you some insight.
Bringing it all out.
I mean, bail implies that there was bail would be like Vic Fangio saying, "I'm here," and then I'm leaving. Vic Fangio, it sounds like he's being like, "No, guys, I'm not in." He's being convinced to go back in. So I would argue that not a bail in that. But yeah, I think when you're looking at it, one, I need to see what the offense looks like next year. I need it now because I think we're going to be able to learn things right away. Where with last year, the year before that, it felt like we do the whole, is it Jalen's offense? Is it Nick? Is it the offensive coordinator? This year, I just think it's going to be a little bit easier to say, this is what I would expect Shawn Mannion to run, and this is not what's being run. Let's get all of our fancy reporters that are at these things like you guys to be able to ask them and say in Green Bay they did a whole lot of this, but now you're not doing anything.
And what did you think of the 1 year of Josh Grizzard?
Yeah, even more than that, the year before that, right? You're with Liam Cohen. Apparently you're responsible for third down. I do think that year, 2 years ago with Tampa Bay, felt like that's more like Liam Cohen magic. So I'm not sure how much we can just put that on Grizzard. I do think Grizzard, I'm glad that he's here because to me that is more of a signal of that you had said I thought quite well. This is a sign that hey, we're pushing away from kind of what this years of Sirianni offense is because Grizzard is immersed in the kind of the more Ramsey kind of style of passing. So I'm glad that he's able to work there with Mannion. Last year, there were some examples that I thought were good where it's some of the passing under center looked good, but then some of the gun passing was bad. So it's kind of up and downs. But I think Grizzard was happy to if I have something that works, I'm going to keep on pressing that button. He's also not calling the plays this year, so I think he's the right person to have there as a passing game coordinator. Where I'm curious to see kind of down the line, are you seeing more position coaches moving? Because then we really start to feel hey, this is the Mannion's gig.
Have you heard anything on this front, EJ?
No, I haven't heard a ton. I'm curious. Again, I keep saying it. The quarterback's coach one is the one that'll be really interesting to me because I wanted to ask you about some of the particulars about this system and quarterback play. It does seem like you would want someone who comes from that tree to be in the quarterback room.
I mean, 100%. At every position, really, receivers as well. But there is a lot, if we're assuming it's going to be an under center kind of like base kind of offense, like your footwork is so important. And I think we can look at some of the examples for the Eagles where it's not that, look, like I'm sure that there is a reason why the footwork is the way it is, but it feels like, oh, like the feet and the route aren't like timed up so you can kind of continue along your process. And in this system, assuming we're getting kind of a Packer style offense, like your feet, your eyes, like your process, it has to be so tied together that it feels like your quarterback coach, I mean, you have to like you got to be there. So, I mean, I think Mannion like really understands that part of it. So I do think we'll get a lot of signal in who ends up being the quarterback coach.
What do you want it to look like, Shawn?
What do I want to what?
Based off of what you've seen from Shawn Mannion so far.
Oh, what do I want to look like?
What is like the one thing? What do you want it to look like offensively for the Eagles next season that you think is realistic for Shawn Mannion?
I mean, like I think that all the things that the Packers do are realistic. Like I think Devontae Smith is just like a massive winner in this situation. Just thinking about the ways that the Packers use those stacks, where it's now like a guy who's running open. Like Devontae stocks, like let's keep rising those up. So I'm excited for that. I think we're still going to be able to see A.J. Brown, assuming he's on the team. Of course, those outside kind of out-breaking routes. I think that's going to be a good situation for him. Like I am not just like, oh, you have to be a Mike Shanahan style of offense to succeed in the NFL. You do not. You do not have to be that. But I think like that this like group of players can do that. And I think that's the way that you win in the modern NFL. And it's not just, oh, we're going to run outside zone, we're going to run play action. That's day one. You need to be at like so many more layers on top of that. So I would like to see those peer progression passing plays where it's like, we get just a few less clips of the hitches. I'd love to see Dennis's graphs just, you're shifting them a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want to ask too much, but you get to use motion to actually attack the defense in positive ways.
To circle back on the footwork, because that's something that Matt Schneidman also brought up with us as something that he had heard was a major focus. Do you feel like Jalen Hurts has bad footwork?
No, I don't think it's necessarily bad.
It's just that it's not tied into the
my
greater
eyes,
scheme?
Yeah, to my eyes, I think it's like there is like an inexactness to that and like two other different parts of his game. So, and that can just be like it's not being coached that way, or it's like, hey, these route concepts are not specifically doing it. And of course they're like, yes, this is a 3-step drop or this is a 5-step drop. Like obviously they have that. It just feels like on film, being the backseat watcher, it's like you're seeing it and it's like, well, like you kind of need to be at a certain point, but you're not there yet, or like you're there a little bit early. So it just feels like maybe it's like a little bit loosey-goosey kind of on certain parts of it. So I think that, he has the capability of it. Like you see it sometimes under center. I think as they do it a little bit more, you see it improve. Like I just have this, it's like, I think like play action to the right in breaker against the Ravens from 2 years ago. That's just like always on my mind. It's like, he can obviously do it.
Yeah.
Like I think, but if it's hammered in like snap after snap, like this is the core of what you're doing, I think you can absolutely do it.
How do you feel about SEAN, Shawn? It's
an important question. It's an important question. Like
red flag?
It's an up and down. I spell my name SHAWN. I have an open mind to it. Like you get the chance to show. I think so. Well, right?
It's
like
not phonetic.
Like we don't have
right?
a BAU.
I hate BEAUs. Yeah.
You hate
BEAUs. Bews.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm not going to call
spell their name wrong.
If you put the X on the end, how do you feel about that?
I prefer the Cajun to the French, yes. But BO is how you spell the name.
We'll see if the Eagles have to end up in France or anything.
Okay. Before we go to break, you're going to stick around. We're going to talk some non-Eagle stuff in a minute. What is the where can people go to follow you if they don't already?
On Twitter at Syed Schemes, SYED Schemes. Just post a lot of videos about football. It's fun.
Summer sports.
Yeah. And maybe listen to the Philly special. Maybe I'll go a little bit longer on Shawn Mannion. We'll see how much I'm allowed to talk about the Shrine Bowl over there.
All right. Stay with us. More to come from Shawn Syed of Sumer Sports, EJ Smith. In a little bit, we're going to be joined by Clarence Hill, who covers the Cowboys. We're going to do a little wife swap kind of deal going on. So stick around for the Swingers Monday at Radio Row. To the airport yesterday, and I meet up with our social media manager, Ben, and we look at each other, and we're both wearing the Wawa sweatshirts. And we looked at each other and we said, this is a man who knows about the deal going on where you can get any sizzly, any coffee, hot or iced, any size, and a hash brown for just $5 from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Ben is more of a sausage, egg, and cheese guy. I'm a bacon, egg, and cheese guy. But we gave each other the look, and we knew that this guy knows ball. So here's what you need to know. Available only in the mornings from 5 to 11 a.m. Any sizzly, any kind of hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown, the whole thing for just $5. You can't get a better deal than that. They've also got these great flavors for the coffee that you want. There's a caramel chocolate craze that's people are going crazy for. So when you need to start your day right, you start it at Wawa. One more time, $5, any sizzly coffee or hash brown. Let's talk about the World Cup, because we're here in San Francisco and everybody's talking about the Super Bowl, but I've also seen signs for the World Cup coming up. And I know that they're going to have games in Philly too, and I know that everybody in Philly wants to go to those games, but we don't know how to get tickets. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time is the app that makes everything about buying tickets easier. It's a lifesaver, and it gives the advantage back to the fans with tickets to all the matchups that you care about. You can track price drops in real time, get alerts when seats open up, and grab tickets the moment they hit the app. Here's what you need to know. Take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem with code PHLY for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. I am telling you, it is the only app I ever use when buying tickets in the Philadelphia area. Game Time, it's for everybody. In San Francisco, Bo Wulf, EJ Smith, joined for one more segment by our dear friend, Shawn Syed of Sumer Sports. You want to talk movies? Can we do a little movie talk?
I always want to talk movies.
What's the best movie you saw this year that's not nominated for Best Picture?
Resurrection, Be Gone. It was phenomenal. It was one of those do you know what's happening? You don't, but it's definitely one of those love letters cinema, like Cinema Paradiso kind of things.
Okay. Now you've seen all 10 nominees.
I've seen all 10. Yeah, I haven't seen all I have I think 8 or 9 movies left to knock them off, but I got a little bit of time. It's like March 15th.
Yeah. Okay. I'm through 6.
Okay. Now, is that like a one sitting watch per, or I'd actually love your thoughts about this. Bo.
No, you got to do what you got to do.
Bo, I agree. I hear that. Bo gives me a lot of the I'm halfway through this movie. It's like, well, I don't want to talk to you
bizarre.
about
this. I feel like I don't watch a lot of movies because I'm a completionist.
If I don't do that, I won't see the movies.
Yeah,
I don't have enough time.
I haven't seen the movies, so I actually kind of.
So which do I prefer?
Now listen, there's no doubt about it. I will tell you that if I see a movie in the theaters, I'm going to like the movie more.
I was watching
the immersive experience is going to be much better.
It's like watching one battle after another on your phone on the airplane. You guys watching horror movies on the airplane.
I only watch scary movies on planes because I can't deal with scary movies at home. If I'm, especially real life stuff, I just watched His and Hers and I won't give any spoilers. But it's real life crime. I can't do that stuff at home. It's too scary.
So you find Begonia was your last one?
Of the
10, and you're just okay on Begonia?
No, I think it's growing on me because I love Yorgos. I think it's so well just professionally made. The yellow is just in the eyes the entire time. I think Emma Stone was really, really good.
She's awesome. Jesse Plemons really good too.
Jesse Plemons very, very good. I thought
also his cousin is really good.
That's his cousin?
Isn't that supposed to be who he is in the movie?
Oh, his cousin in the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was a non-actor. I believe before this.
Yes.
But the ending that hits you like a truck. I do actually really like the last scene of it all. I don't know if you
I like the last scene of it all too.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a now I'll tell you, what is it? It was just an accident.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a similar thread in what's real for the whole movie. Is it or isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
But that would probably be my favorite movie that I saw that's not nominated for Best Picture. I would say.
It was just an accident.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I want to talk about the last scene.
That's gonna hit you in the face. Yeah.
Okay, so where do you fall? What is number one for you? One battle after another? Is it just that easy?
I just think it has to be. It's tough to. It is it's a cohesive project, and seeing I watched someone on the plane you're watching on your phone, and to feel it in IMAX to be to really be thrown into it, to have the chase scene where it's just we're just on a straight road. It's such a unique way to do it. So yeah, but I think it was a fantastic year for movies.
I think it was a great year.
I feel
more energized by the movies from this year than in recent years, I would say.
That's good. That's good to hear, bro. Maybe that's why Vic Fanjo's coming back. Yeah.
Who is give me an Eagles comp for a couple of these movies? Who's
right.
Begonia? Who's a weird? Not sure if they're
one.
human or not.
Not sure. Well, I think Tyler Steen's situation. You're just well, do you feel like Tyler Steen is an up and down? What's kind of our situation here? Is it going to be
all right,
one
I can
way?
give you that.
Is it going to be the other?
Okay.
I think that's kind of where I thought. Last year I feel like it was easier to do this because it's you had I could have pointed to 22 guys that were these guys were great. This movie's great. Now we're digging a little bit lower onto the list of.
How about Sinners? Who's an
You want a player
Eagles?
comp for Sinners?
Yeah.
I mean, Sinners like made me levitate out of my seat. Like if anyone, let's give Uncle Vic our Vic Uncle the shot on
I don't think
Sinners.
that Ryan Cougar is going to like Vic Fangio
No, I think
being
he
the
would-
face of Sinners.
Well, he doesn't have to be the face of it. You're asking like your performance on the field. You know, it's I mean, Sinners. It was a fantastic one. I think it might be being re-released in some IMAXs.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
this week. Yeah, so.
How about who's Frankenstein?
Ooh, Frankenstein. It could
That's
be like
the only one of the 10 that I don't know that I will definitely
could be like a
watch.
Landon Dickerson type situation, you know, where
Yeah,
it feels
that's a good
like,
one.
you know, Landon Dickerson I think probably felt like Frankenstein
That's
at
good.
some points this season. Poor guy, like really able to hopefully get healthy. I mean, Frankenstein in theater was a fun watch.
How about Marty
in
Supreme?
On GDT? Oh, Marty Supreme, babe. Have you heard? Did I send you the theory that was sent by a Philly special listener?
you teased this to me.
We'll talk about it. We will talk about it. You know, so Marty Supreme, I think it was very much like you get the frenetic energy from it. Is there a player that has that? I think it's too.
Sidney Brown?
It's too. No. I think it's too.
Sidney Brown plays.
I was like, oh,
Sidney Brown plays football with safety energy.
I was gonna say it's too
Big
early
safety
to
energy.
put Drew Makuba there. I think we could go Jihad Campbell, where it's like you have like that young player with absolute star potential in Timothy Chalamet. I mean, he's a star. It's not a star potential for Timothy.
Is that actually how you pronounce his name, Sean?
Chalamet?
No, the first name?
Jihad? Timothy?
Timothée.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Timothy.
I mean, look, if he wants me to say it that way.
There's no
Timothée
TH.
Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet.
I feel like we're leaving EJ out of the conversation. We got
I
to
just-
lump
I
that
haven't
back
been
in.
able to watch a
question.
movie in the
So
last 7
later,
months. It's okay.
So I mean, I'm lucky.
Give me a movie rec. Give me one movie to watch on the flight home. No,
No.
when I get home. When I get home in my little.
And is this a one
Who's
sitting like
F1?
I'm watching it with F1's? That's just who is F1?
Yeah.
F1's like you're down
Someone
the
who's
middle,
fast
like
and mid?
Like we're no, you haven't even finished the movie.
Eh.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know that I
here?
need to.
What are we supposed to
Jahan
do
Dotson.
here? Oh, tough blow for our guy.
So F1 is the movie recommendation?
Well, that's just like hey, you're probably gonna enjoy this. That's more like that's my dad movie recommendation for sure.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't love to watch that on a flight. Like to me, if you're
I'm gonna
going
watch
on
it
a
when I get
flight,
home. I'll watch it when I get home.
Like, you
Yeah,
wanna
that's
be
not a
asleep-
small screen
you
experience.
wanna
The
be
whole
asleep
point of
in 20
watching that
minutes.
movie is to get it on a big screen. And
in one sitting, particularly.
yeah, well,
Maybe go
who's
IMAX.
your train dreams?
Oh, I love Train Dreams. I love Train Dreams
I like train dreams a lot.
so much. I think we could give it to Quinyon. Like Quinyon, I mean, had an All-Pro type season. Bo,
Quiet guy.
You didn't love Train Dreams?
No, I like
mean,
train
it is a
dreams.
lone man. He is
yeah.
out there, like he is
Yeah.
getting through things.
That's true.
That's
All
what
right.
that's what Quinyon and the Boundary
I
is
could
all
buy
about.
that. I could buy that. I mean, now listen. When I watch a movie on a plane, you can get emotionally wrecked because there's nothing else there.
When you're hearing just the engine in your ear and a
So,
baby's crying, yeah, really.
I mean, I was
perfect setup.
I watched Train Dreams on the flight out. I was crying sitting there in
glad
my
I'm
seat.
glad
Some
to watch
intense
it.
plane
Yeah.
crash from movies. I can agree.
Oh
with that.
yeah, About Time. I've told this story on the show before. That was I think coming back from our honeymoon, and I don't know that I've ever cried so much
What is it?
in a movie. Either that or the last movie you recommended for me. What was it called? The
Petite Maman?
Petite Maman.
That one hit you. Have you
wrecked
seen If
me.
I Had Legs I'd Kick You this year yet?
I haven't seen it yet. That's on my list.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Just
I wanna
think
see
about it.
All right, let's move
We
beyond
should
movies. We got you
probably
for another 5 minutes.
Talk something else. Yeah.
So okay,
What is
so
what is your slippers conversation?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that one I feel like is less important. I'm more curious. Okay, so I'm get to be back here for a second year, like very happy. And so you know how it is. Like you're like, oh, you saw someone last year, like we'll be able to see each other the next year, and you get to have a dinner or something. So I have a dinner later this week where it's like a group of 4. It's a group of 4 people. And like 2 people knew each other very well for a very long time. 2 people, I'm one of them, more of like kind of an add-on type situation. And I think then if someone comes in and says like, oh, this other person is being included in the dinner, I'm just curious. I'm not sure which way. I mean, I think I feel comfortable with where I fall in it, but like, what's like just the overall etiquette in that situation? Like, is it like hey, like I'm thinking about bringing this person? Is it like this person's coming? Is it like you can't do it at all? I'm just curious what you guys kind of think.
I think the proper etiquette is probably, hey guys, are you okay if I invite someone else? But I think if it, as the way you are describing it, and they're just saying there's another person coming, to me that's an indication that the person doing that wants to establish themselves as the alpha of the group.
Oh, that's unfair. Cut the mics. Cut everything. That's funny.
I have made the decision on behalf of all of you that this person is
I
coming.
think so. If you're gonna be that person, I think that it has to be like you understand everyone, so you know how the people are gonna mesh.
Yeah, I also
think that people are gonna
it's,
mesh?
I think it's probably
On Wednesday at 7 p.m. Do you think they will?
I think it's an indication that you also know that the people you're doing this to will be fine with it, and it's going to be a good group.
I think you gotta ask.
I think you ask permission.
Knowing that like the people are gonna say it.
Ask
Yeah, like
forgiveness,
maybe-
not permission.
yeah.
That's classic.
No,
I
but,
mean,
like, what if you don't have a seat for them? What if there's not what if you can't accommodate them?
but that's not the deal. The reservation has
emotionally?
already been made in this situation.
I feel like asking is the right move.
I think
Yeah.
maybe.
Just to be
Maybe.
polite.
How about this from CDP? AJ Brown is Marty Supreme. He's on a mission for greatness, and he doesn't care how many people he steamrolls, and he considers himself the victim of his skills.
I was, so it's hard because you got to separate, like, is it just on-field performance? Because then we're talking, yeah, the up and down season, different points, like how many of the, like, deep balls where it's just, like, kind of misconnection, like.
I feel like I now understand Sidney Brown on a deeper level as I think of him as a Safdie character come to life.
Sidney Brown, our guy, special teams demon.
Special
He almost kicked a guy in the
teams
face.
Yeah. I mean, would he have been the biggest winner in a Jim Schwartz appointment as Eagles defensive coordinator?
I think the Eagles defense could survive with the Jim Schwartzification. Like it could, like
very different.
Jalen Carter probably a winner in a few
Yeah.
different ways.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
like that. I think Phillips, is able to come back. Yeah, it is different, but yeah, I mean you've built this defense like in like Fangio's image in a few different ways. So or his like the desire for him to play defense. So.
Yeah.
Be
Who are
interesting
you?
to see what transition.
Who on the defense are you most excited to see next year? Who do you think has more to come?
Fantastic. I mean, it's John Campbell. That's like an
Yeah.
easy answer. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. And so I hope that Phillips is able to come back, be able to see that. I think like J.X. Hunt, like I feel good about what he did this season.
Yeah.
Like I feel like quite positive about that. So I'd love to see him continue to do it.
How would you feel as the person who invented Drew Makuba? If the Eagles lose Reed Blankenship, how do you feel about that room?
I mean, I think you gotta get another guy.
Of course, you got to
right?
get a guy,
Yeah, of
but
course, yeah. I mean, I feel good about where Drew was. I think the injury is quite a bummer. I think he was improving. I think this early seasons we remember against the Bucs, like you're getting a little bit hungry and you get to throw over you. So he definitely has like steps to go. But yeah, I feel decent about where Drew is at.
So I'm not sure if our listeners and viewers know this, but you might be like the most like. You might know the most about Vic Fangio outside of his partner.
Oh man,
So what is the most random thing you know about Vic Fangio?
Yeah, good question.
it's a really good question. I think the meatball thing is no longer random.
It's not that random, yeah.
Like the smoothie of your training camp is not that random.
I mean, do you know the smoothie order to like
Not to
this
the
day?
T,
Okay.
You got to assume there's some blueberries in there, right?
There were definitely
Why?
some blueberries in there.
Well, I feel like if you do like a nice Google search on Fangio, you get back to his middle school football days. Those are, I mean, it's just hilarious to think about. Like you see the 1-bar face mask kind of stuff. It's
What's the slippers thing?
fun stuff. Oh, so I'm just like, well, one, to me, there's a preface conversation about what the temperature you set in a hotel room is, which like I'm hearing ghastly things from people I care about.
67 with the fan on.
It's got to start with the 7.
66.
It's got to start with
No,
the 7.
it is a classic Tony Pauline 69.
Too cold.
I got in there last night. It was at 74.
I mean,
Sweat
when
me
you're
out.
packing for the hotel, are you bringing like some like just walk around the hotel slippers kind of thing, like a little Adidas slides kind of deal?
No.
Free ads? No?
No,
Is this a two
I'm not.
Americas
I'm not
thing, Jay?
against it, but
Might be a
You think so?
Americans thing. I sent Shawn a picture of my hotel slippers
Okay.
at like midnight last night.
I mean,
Okay.
first thing you pack, I feel like it's got to be some sort of thing.
you're worried about the feet. You're worried about the carpet feet.
Gotta keep
It's
gotta
just
get
a
going.
nice feel to have the
you don't want to be walking around
thing.
barefoot.
Yeah.
All right, Sean's got to go. We're going to take our break. Check him out, sumersports.com, Shawn Syed. Thanks for joining us, my
Appreciate
friend. Back on the other side for the wife swap, EJ is going to go over to the DLLS show. So this is a chance for you to decide, would you rather watch EJ talking about the Eagles with the Cowboys guys, and if that's the case, go to the DLLS stream, or would you rather watch me and Clarence Hill talking about whatever it is we're going to talk about? Stay with us. Bet365 has 90 million users worldwide, and they live stream over 780,000 events each year with early payout offers across the NBA and NHL. Bet365 pioneered live in-game betting, and today they offer the widest range of games and markets available for live in-game betting across 78 sports. There's only one football game left this season, but you need to go to Bet365 if you want to take advantage of the early payout offer where your team is a winner. If they're up by 17 points, whether they win or lose, you get the instant payout. Last NFL season, both money lines were paid out 4 times because of the early payout and the end result of the game. We saw this happen with the Eagles this season. So here's what you need to know. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Sign up, use the code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Pennsylvania. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Everybody here at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, we've been talking to all of them, every single person, and they all go, I got my favorite hard tea. What's yours? Well, what I tell them is I choose my favorite hard tea by seeing what it is that's inside, because a lot of teas, and I actually see a case for one right over there, and they got the wrong one, because if you turn that can around to read what's in it, you're not going to see anything that you like. Crooked Tea brews real USDA organic tea for real flavor and zero sugar. No fake junk hiding behind the label. What you see is what you drink. So the next time you're at the store, flip the can, and if you can't find the ingredients, just put that bad boy back. Then grab a Crooked Tea, zero sugar, real tea, and fully transparent. You know it, Philly. Real recognize real, so why drink the fake stuff? Crooked Tea, the only thing better, as we're here on Radio Row, is a strip sack and the Super Bowl. Visit crookedtea.com to find a store near you. Surprise, we're back! It's not EJ. It's the great Clarence Hill joining us of DLLS. Clarence, we were just talking.
I'm the dark-skinned EJ. The dark-skinned EJ.
And the younger EJ, the better-looking EJ.
Yes.
How long have you been covering the Cowboys?
Season EJ. I've been covering the Cowboys since '96.
The people need to know this. One of the great beat writers in the NFL. And so '96, you come on, and you haven't been to a championship game since?
Yeah, so they go to 3 Super Bowl titles in 4 years. I started covering the Cowboys in '96, and they got total 5 playoff wins. No trip to the championship game.
Yeah, this is the
no
stuff
trip
that
to
Eagles
the Super
fans are going to be
Bowl.
happy to hear. This is
and
great.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually the jinx, allegedly.
So I
It's
feel
Jerry
like
Jones is
Eagles
the jinx.
fans should let's put a little money in your pocket to keep you around
Exactly.
as the person keeping the Cowboys down.
Exactly.
You're also
it's all me.
You're something of a Jerry whisperer. Is that fair to say?
I have been, yes. I've covered Jerry, again, since '96, longest tenured beat writer covering the Cowboys, and we've had a good relationship over the years, and certainly he's come to me, and he will direct a lot of stuff towards me in press conferences for sure.
What's the angriest he's ever gotten at you?
Oh, he did the F-bomb at me.
Okay.
After.
Do you remember why?
Yeah. It was. I wrote a column about his stance on kneeling.
Oh, good for you.
And I was against his stance on kneeling, and
as you
and
should have been.
I said that it makes you seem a certain way that you claim you're not.
Yeah, and the way that he sort of forced Dak into also towing the party line.
Yes. Yeah, my players.
Okay.
You want to play for me?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna kneel. You're gonna stand for the anthem.
Yep.
And so he did an F-bomb at me.
Meanwhile, we don't know how many of his his colleagues, owners around the league, continue to appear in the Epstein files. But you know what? That's a conversation for another day.
Hey, as I tweeted, Jerry's not in Epstein files. All you guys, he's had a lot of stuff. That's a win for Jerry.
Yeah, that is
not
a
in
win
Epstein
for
files.
Jerry.
There was a couple of owners, NBA owners in the Epstein files, NFL owners in the Epstein files.
Yeah, and a guy who does both, in Josh Harris. Just putting that out there.
Exactly. But there's no Jerry Jones. All you people that's been talking about Jerry Jones, he's not in there.
All right, so tell me how excited are Cowboys fans for Christian Parker?
I don't know. The Cowboy fans are only excited because everybody else is excited, right? Everybody else feels good about him. But the Cowboy organization is very excited. Just talking to Dak Prescott and Quentin Williams and this genius tag.
Oh, that's what they're putting on.
He's 33. Yeah, he's a genius.
Okay.
And everybody's excited about his potential, because what we're doing is we're betting on the come, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. He's never called plays before. He's never run his own defense before. But we like his background. We like what he's done. I mean, here's a guy that was a quality control coach in Green Bay, and 7 years later, he's a defensive coordinator. That's his meteoric rise.
And we talked about it. It's impressive because he didn't really skip any steps either.
No.
He went and sort of killed it at every rung of the ladder. And I think what stands out to the people in the Eagles locker room and in the building is even beyond like the whatever schematic intelligence you think he has a real impressive presence about him.
Right.
And so I think Eagles fans are unhappy that he went to Dallas.
So, just from outside looking in, is Vic gone? What's going on?
Well, I know that you got a show at the same time, so you missed the beginning of our show.
Right.
But EJ reported at the beginning of the show, Vic is staying.
For 1 year though, right?
Well, at least.
Right, it's
And
year to year.
The idea is that Vic does this sort of every year. He leans towards retirement, did the same thing last year when they won the Super Bowl. We'll see how long he wants to keep going. And it's true that at the beginning of last week, they thought that he was probably leaning towards leaving, and they were prepared for that. But they also know that this sort of happens with Vic, and they convinced him to stay.
Yeah,
away.
how crazy would it be though if you lose Vic, whether this year or even next year, and the guy you would ideally want to replace him with,
Yeah.
you let go to Dallas?
Now, I don't know that it was a guarantee.
No, I said
that he would get
ideally.
that
That's why I
job.
said ideally.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But everybody else loves him. Why wouldn't Philly love him?
Oh, I agree. I think I think it would have been the most likely
Yeah.
replacement, but not necessarily a guarantee. So, how do you feel about just like the Cowboys having looked up at the Eagles now for the past?
Yeah, it's
few years?
crazy. You know, when I it's interesting because, like I said, I started covering the team in '96, and for much of the time it was the Giants, it was Washington.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest rival. You know, San Francisco clearly. You know, from playoffs, and now it's the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember you go back to 07, when the Cowboys were 13-3, and Wade Phillips, and it was the Giants who stole their Super Bowl, and they were going back and forth with the Giants, Eli Manning Giants.
Yeah.
They went on and stole their Super Bowl dream. Now it's the Eagles who, Cowboys, we're next, we got all this talent, and we're going to be our time is next year, and next year never came. And the Eagles have been there a couple of times in the last few years.
They have,
and so it's interesting, it's different, and outside of your quirky head coach, right?
Yeah.
There's nobody on the Eagles you hate. They're not a team that opposing fans say, I don't like that guy.
That's a good question. Maybe Jalen Carter for spit and attack. Yeah.
Right, but outside of that, though, there's nearly not a guy that opposing fan bases say,
I think that's probably
I
fair.
hate that guy. I mean, they're generally good guys, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And really they don't, other than maybe AJ reading a book on the
AJ,
sideline,
sure.
they don't really, there's no
Going on
high-end
random
personalities
streams,
that are moving the envelope or doing anything like that. And Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts.
I think you're right. The coach is the person that people point to.
Yeah, because he's a lunatic. Right? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
I mean, what does he do? What does he do? What does the coach do?
He probably does a lot.
Does he?
Other
than yell at fans and yell at the game, all we see him walking up the field.
Well, I think what the truth there is, it doesn't really matter necessarily what he does if the perception around the league is that he doesn't do a lot. And I think that is the perception around the league, that he is like kind of an a-hole, and how responsible is he for the success. And I think that's about what his reputation is.
Don't just say a-hole. He's also kind of like a goofball, right?
Yeah.
That's different though.
Well,
it's one thing to be an
both.
a-hole.
He's both, I think.
Like Bill Parcells and Nick Saban can be an a-hole.
Yeah, sure.
But they're respected.
Yeah.
He ain't respected like that. He's an a-hole.
I don't think around the league he is. I think you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
Even going from when he started. So it's just interesting, and so, but you can't argue with his Super Bowl success, right? You can't argue with
best
getting the team.
record,
You can't argue with what he's done, and to get this team and to the salad days of the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. This is the greatest success they've ever had in Philadelphia.
Yes, that's right. Do you think that Brian Schottenheimer sticks around for a while?
I think he's on the hot seat this year. I mean, I think that there's no 5-year plan here. I mean, nobody wanted him. Cowboys made him their head coach, and so you get 9 whatever. I don't even remember the record. It's just so bad. 7-9-1, 7-8-1,
or something like that. Yeah.
Whatever else, but you don't have a winning season. You fire your defensive staff. Well, who's next?
Yeah.
And so the honeymoon is over. There's no more no more honeymoon at all with that. So, we'll see how long that lasts, and because Jerry is getting up in age, and certainly he wants to win another Super Bowl and wants to get past the Patriots, Bob Kraft, as far as, which will never happen.
Yeah.
But it is what he says. But, we'll see how much patience there is for Brian Shaw now.
What's the succession plan? Is it just straight to Steven?
Yeah, as we know.
Okay.
He's been there. He's been co-owner. Now they call him co-owner.
Yeah.
In the past, they've never called him co-owner. So he's co-owner with Jerry Jones now. So he's,
okay.
So he is the succession plan, and so it is with Steven. And Steven has actually been the man behind the scenes, making a lot of decisions, over the last few years. So he's very much in lockstep with Jerry Jones, how this thing is run. So we don't know if things will be better.
Right.
With Steven,
Do you think
he's the person.
Presumably they would bring in a true GM?
I don't think they will bring a 2M GM.
Really? Even with Steven?
I think that maybe you elevate Will McClay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steven and Will are in lockstep with each other. I think that maybe if that's what you call a true GM, and then if Steven and Will making decisions, not necessarily Jerry, coming in. But we'll see. At the end of the day, somebody got to do something to get them back to the Super Bowl, get them back to the championship game. They're the richest franchise in sports, and they value marketing and money over winning. And so winning has to be up there. You can't, as my mama used to say, you can't serve two masters, right?
That's
you
right.
You can't serve marketing and selling and winning. They're not on the same plane.
Believe me, I agree with that. Yeah. All right, last one for you before we let you go.
Okay.
Because you said, you and AJ, you see a piece of cake, okay? It's yellow cake, but chocolate icing. What would you call that?
Yellow cake? It's not yellow cake?
Yeah. EJ says that's chocolate cake.
That's definitely icing doesn't make the cake. What is he talking about?
Well, thank you very much. Now he's trying
to. It's all them damn freckles that are messing with his mind. Them damn freckles.
It's an etymology thing where his people come from. He says, but
what people? Who is people?
I don't know. I can't speak for him.
It's just the icing does not tell you what kind of cake it is.
Well, I agree with you. Yeah, you're speaking the truth. All right, the great Clarence Hill. Thank you for joining us. Back with more on the other side on the PHLY Eagles podcast, live from Radio Row. Time to talk about our friends at Factor, because if you are like, I don't know, my wife right now, who's home alone with 3 kids, and you got to work, how are you going to figure out dinner for everybody? How are you going to find something that is healthy, that is good tasting, and also not too expensive? Well, that's where Factor is going to come in, because with Factor, you're not failing at healthy eating. You're failing at having 3 extra hours every night. And we're talking 2 minutes. That's all it takes. 100 rotating meals every week. High protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, ready to eat salads. They've got it all. You pick what fits your goals. Healthier eating, calorie management, more protein, whatever it is you're actually trying to do, Factor has a meal set for you. So head to factormeals.com/PHLY50 off and use code PHLY50 off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. It's time to make your homework smarter, not harder. With the TrueMark Financial Home Equity Line of Credit, you can tap into your home's equity to handle renovations, upgrades, or whatever's next on your to-do list. A TrueMark Financial HELOC Select gives you the flexibility to borrow when you need it on your timeline. You start with a revolving line of credit, use only what you need, and when you're ready, you can lock in all or part of your balance at a fixed rate for predictable payments. You only pay interest on what you use, and you pay it back. The credit becomes available again. No reapplying, no extra steps. With competitive rates compared to most unsecured loans and flexible repayment options, this could be a smart move for your home and especially for your wallet. So learn more at TrueMark Financial's home equity line of credit at TrueMark.com or stop by one of their 24 branch locations to get started. TrueMark Financial is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938. All right, we're back on the PHLY Eagles podcast live from Radio Row. Here he comes, the great E.J. Smith. And let me tell you, we got a fun thing going on this week. On Wednesday, we are going to be raising money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And this was a lot of fun to do at the Ospreys last year, where you made your debut.
I did, yeah.
We care about the mission of Big Brothers Big Sisters. So stay tuned on Wednesday, which should be a star-studded show when we can bring the money to the people who need it there. Let's get to a couple super chats before we get to what's brewing.
Yeah, how was Clarence
with
before
Wawa?
we do that?
Well, let's talk about that and what's brewing. Let's do a super chat here first. From LB908, if everything goes well, the offense is great and the team is successful, Shawn Mannion is a top head coach candidate. Is there any chance, EJ Smith, the Eagles move on from Nick Sirianni and keep Mannion?
I mean, there's always a chance, I suppose. I wouldn't say I would consider it likely, but there are examples. I mean, even Joe Brady, most recently, there are examples of teams
That's true.
trying to preserve their play caller.
Different side of the ball, though, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that the only scenario, the only pathway I could see it really becoming a realistic opportunity, or I guess a realistic chance for the Eagles, is one where it's like they just are fed up with having the play caller turnovers. And the only way you're going to continue to have that continuity of play caller is if your head coach calls plays. I don't think it's likely, but that would be like the thing I would entertain if it.
It's just such a very narrow needle to thread for the team, for the offense to be good enough that you're that impressed with Shawn Mannion, but the team to be unsuccessful.
You know what it would probably have to be? Like Nick losing his mind on the sideline a bunch in the season, and just like some of the team management
That's
stuff
the path.
blowing up.
Yeah, absolutely. CDP has a super chat that says, EJ, sorry you were left out of the movie combo.
Yeah, I'll watch some movies now that we're in the off season, but I'm just not there yet. I watched His and Hers on the flight, like I said. A little scary for me, but I enjoyed it.
And then Reverma says 25 Seahawks are weak NFC champions. They would lose to the 24 and 22 Eagles and the 23 Niners. Do you agree?
I agree they would probably
I don't know
lose.
that
I
don't agree with the characterization of them as weak. I think they're a pretty good team.
I don't think they're weak. I do think they definitely lose to last year's Eagles team. Maybe
Where's
not
the game
the
being
22
played?
Eagles. What's that?
Where's the game being played?
Well, I mean, we should just base it off a record, right? So it would have been the 22 Eagles.
I'm not 100% sure that last year's Eagles go into Seattle.
I think. Well, maybe they wouldn't have to. They had identical records, both 14-3.
Yeah, I think they.
I
would take last year's team.
I take last year's Eagles. I'm not sure I'd take the 22 Eagles.
22 one is a fun matchup because that's the Eagles' offense is much better, and I would feel better about them scoring. But the defense is not as good. But I think it would be good enough. I feel like the 22 Eagles are a better matchup for the Seahawks than the 24 Eagles.
Yeah, I think you're saying the 24 Eagles are?
I think the 22 Eagles
are a better
despite
matchup.
being a worse overall team than the 24 Eagles, are a better matchup for the Seahawks than last year's team.
Only if you don't believe in Sam Darnold in that game.
I mean, to some degree, yeah.
I think the 24 Eagles beat the Seahawks team. You could talk me into the 22 Eagles not winning on the road there. Mm-hmm. And I agree with the 49ers. I think I actually
I don't know. I think this team could be better than that Niners team.
I think the Seahawks are better than that Niners team.
Yeah, I think
it goes
so too.
24 Eagles, this year Seahawks, 22 Eagles, and then the Niners.
I don't know. I think that 22 Eagles team was pretty good. That offense was really good.
Yeah, I just worry about the defense.
Yeah.
I worry about that defense doing exactly what it did in the Super Bowl.
All right, let's get to What's Brewing, presented by Wawa. And remember that any sizzly, any ice or hot coffee, and a hash brown is just $5 at Wawa from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. EJ, how did your time over there go?
It went well. You know,
How did the wife swap go? This is like when you come back from...
Wife swap is an interesting framing for it. I thought it
You're
went
the one
well.
who keeps calling yourself my work wife.
Off air, but yes, you are my work wife. I would say it went well. I probably didn't give as much like energy from like an Eagles fan perspective. Like I wasn't like, you know, I tried to turn it back on them a few times, like remind them like the Eagles are a well-run organization. I would not say the same thing about the Cowboys, but you know, I hope that I did our audience proud here.
Okay. What else are you hearing? I don't know. What kind of scoops you got?
I gave you some good scoops at the top of the show.
What's your guess on the offensive staff?
Yeah, I would guess and this is a guess, I would guess Jamal Singleton and Jason Michael would be the most likely to stay. And I would guess quarterback coach, receiver coach would be the ones that I would suspect they would want
What
someone
about
with history in
Stoutland?
this game.
You're saying Stoutland?
Oh,
is
Stoutland,
that-
of course. Yeah,
okay.
Stoutland was kind of a given. Maybe not back as the run game coordinator, but even that, I think they might preserve the title and just, I mean, he can keep the title and they can just work with. He can be more collaborative and keep the title.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
All right.
yeah. What are you hearing?
You don't want to know what I'm hearing. That'll wrap it up for What's Brewing, presented by Wawa. One more time. Any coffee, any size, hot or iced, any sizzly, go with the bacon, egg, and cheese, and rather, a hash brown, just $5, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah.
You got any good travel stories?
Yeah,
I think we're in the nonsense part of the episode.
I would say so. Like I said, I watched his and hers, and I had to keep dimming the screen. 'Cause
Okay.
It's definitely a bit of a raunchy show.
Nudity?
Yeah, there's some adult content in that show.
Well, there's a difference between adult content and nudity.
There was both.
Okay.
It was good though. I mean, I it was pumped up as like this big thing by my family.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it was like the greatest show I ever watched, but
Is it a movie or a show?
it's a show. It's like 6 episodes.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say that I saw the big twist coming. I'm not going to give anything away, but episode 3, I was like, I know what happened here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I felt bad though. I feel like I got to catch up on my movies now. I have them all. I listed them all out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but no, travel was easy. It was a nice, easy trip. What?
It's just funny how you have transcribed some of these movie titles incorrectly.
Petite MoMA? Is that
If I had legs, I'd keep him.
What was it? If I had legs, what?
If I had legs, I'd kick you.
I'd kick you? All right. I'll fix it.
Yeah. That's fine. Here's the funniest thing that happened on my plane. Out. I was in the aisle seat. Middle seat was empty. Mm-hmm. Woman in the window. And the woman on the window was sleeping when they come through with the the snack. 6-hour flight, you get a nice Biscoff thing. Like, wow, thank you so much.
And do you ever eat a Biscoff biscuit anywhere else in your life?
No, but I was walking around yesterday downtown, and there's a huge Biscoff thing down by Fisherman's Wharf.
Okay.
Like where you could get presumably not just the little things, but
You get like something fancy.
yeah, something fancier. And I've never seen this move pulled before by the flight attendant. Mm-hmm. She handed me mine, and seeing that the woman was asleep, she just tossed it into the middle empty seat, as if like that was going to be just going to be hers. Just like nonchalantly, just tosses it into the empty like here you go, you dog. Like it's like very like oh. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Just a toss.
Don't love that from anybody.
I didn't like that at all.
I've never seen that. I mean, I don't know. My thing is the Biscoff
Isn't that brazen?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'm always like unsure what to do with the middle seat. Like I'm always like
Yeah.
if it's open, do you put stuff on it? Is that disrespectful?
Yeah, but you don't want to claim it and as
Yeah,
if
you
it's
can't
yours.
claim it.
But yeah. I think you could put. You know what I'll do if it's if either of us is getting up. Then you can use it as a temporary placeholder for something.
Okay. Yeah. I eventually just put stuff on it, but I'm like watching the person across from me. Like, how are we going to react to that?
I couldn't get over that toss. I was like, wow.
Have you? Oh, you know what? I do have a flight story for you.
Okay.
So I asked the attendant, can you just pour the water in my bottle? Like I don't want to have to deal with the cup. And I knew what I was doing because my bottle's huge.
Okay.
And he goes, I'm not supposed to do that. And then he goes, just give it to me.
Nice.
I got a whole liter of water out of that
Wow.
flight attendant. That was amazing.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing that more often.
What did he get out of it?
My gratitude. I hope that was enough.
All right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What is like the thing you're excited most to ask somebody at media night tonight?
Well,
Don't give anything away. Just
that's an easy answer. I mean, I think everybody watching this show, 55 minutes in, knows that there's only one person on either the Patriots or Seahawks rosters that I want to talk to. And I think they know who it is.
Yeah, and they're going to have to tune in tomorrow to find out.
Hopefully,
Or watch our
hopefully
socials.
he will not be surrounded by too big of a crowd or put off by the fact that I'm wearing priest garb.
Wait, are you wearing it tonight?
No.
I was about to say that. That would have surprised me.
That would have surprised you, yeah.
If you were wearing it, I mean, it would have been fun. Oh yeah, I've like speaking of wearing things. I left the glasses in the car. It's bad work by me.
I know, it's tough.
I
didn't bring sunglasses. I forgot to bring sunglasses. And then walking around yesterday, I bought some $10 sunglasses from a guy on the street. Then I left them in the...
You left those too?
Well, I left them in the hotel room today, but I'll be able to get those back.
I'm excited to talk to Ernest Jones IV.
Oh,
you
have an earn off.
Yeah, an earn off. See if we can find some common ground in being
Okay.
Ernest. Well, I'm the third. He's the fourth.
And how come he's never gone by,
Yeah, he's embraced it.
Yeah.
I respect
You ever thought about just leaning into full earnest?
it. Not really. It's like, that's my grandpa,
Okay.
Yeah. No, I like EJ. Trey would have been fun. I think I would have been an okay Trey.
Okay.
But it didn't dawn on me until I was already EJ.
Do you think that the listeners or viewers can name all the ex-Eagles on these rosters?
Ooh, that is a good one. I mean, I've got them here. I'm missing one though.
You forgot a Seahawks, an important Seahawks
yeah, but
one.
I can add them now. So
There are 4 Patriots and
five.
4 Seahawks.
No, 5.
No, that one's not a. Ernest Jones
yeah,
is not
you're
an
right.
ex-Eagle.
You're right.
4
All
on
right,
each.
Yeah, so 4 each. Are we going to let them guess, or are we just going to? I'm going to read them out.
I don't know.
I'll read them out. Milton Williams. I'm excited to hear from Milton Williams.
Yeah, I
He's
like
probably a
him.
podium guy.
Yeah, I
though.
bet he is a podium guy.
Yeah, podium
They
guys.
don't have enough.
Tough to
other
get to.
not, yeah.
Christian Ellis.
What?
Never heard of him. Yeah. Mac Hollins. Did
I'm
you
a
like
little
Matt
bit over
Collins?
the whole Matt Collins experience.
Matt Collins?
Matt Collins, yeah.
I've never heard you say it like that before.
That's what it sounds like. Matt Collins.
Patrick Johnson.
Huge one.
Recently
I
added
would
to the
love
practice
to
squad.
talk to Patrick Johnson.
Josh
Great
Jobe.
guy
I
to
like
talk
a Josh
to.
Jobe.
Okay.
Jalen
No,
Miller.
he's not.
So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
only 3. Maxon Hook.
Maxon Hook. Of course. And then this one is the one that you didn't know.
Brady Russell.
Which, a fullback. Come on.
You think
They
he knows
had him
Cam
in the
Lotson?
building.
You think he knows Cam Lotson?
Knows who he is or like his friends with him?
Knows who he is.
I'm going to say yes. He was a 3rd-round pick. I bet he does know who he is.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If I see him, I'm going to ask him about Cam Lotson.
Okay.
And then I'm excited to hear from Clint Kubiak today.
You think you're going to get to talk to Clint Kubiak?
I know he's going to have a big crowd, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Make the effort.
We have a nice video up with a quick little. You had talked to Robert Mays.
Yeah, we talked to Robert about a couple of topics.
Okay.
The listeners here will not be thrilled with Robert's expected compensation in a potential A.J. Brown trade.
Really?
Yes.
Good tease.
Yeah, so they're going to have to listen to find out.
Okay. Sick. Stay tuned the rest of the week. We're going to hear from a bunch of people. Jalen Hurts is going to join us.
news to me.
A.J. Brown is going to join us on set. Obviously not at the same time, but they'll both be here. The Rock will be with us.
Yeah, personally chauffeuring him to the step.
Who else? Sheil Kapadia, I'm expecting. Brandon Graham. Roger Goodell.
Cardi B?
Roger Goodell's press conference is, I believe, in an hour.
Yeah.
I hope he gets peppered with Epstein questions.
He probably will. Maybe not peppered. He'll probably get one.
Yeah.
Why don't you throw SZA in there? SZA could join us.
SZA will be with us, actually. Yeah,
exactly.
she's going to be here.
That's later in the week.
All right. Good stuff. Lindsay, anything you need to add? Lindsay says, screw you guys. She says she doesn't want to talk to you. She doesn't
Why would you
think
say
you're
that?
good enough to hear her voice.
I don't think she
That's what
has-
she says.
She does have the headset. She could say something.
All right. That's all we got. Thank you to Shawn Syed for joining us today. Thank you to Clarence Hill for doing the wife swap. We will be with you tomorrow Tomorrow, one more time, I got to tell you the schedule for the week. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., Wednesday, 4:30 p.m., Thursday and Friday, 4 p.m. So there you go. Good stuff. We'll see you tomorrow. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.